Last 2 weeks, I made a surprisingly well-received post on Facebook about marriage, and it was a discussion I had with some of my colleagues, and the summary of it was that we thought it would be a wise idea for marriages to undergo maybe 5-yearly renewal contracts, and we did expound that idea. And when I got home, I spoke to my wife, and we thought we were going to do a debate on the pros and cons of this matter. Mind you, I've got a very lovely marriage, I've got no issues, but I think that even a wonderful marriage can be wonderfuler, in quotes. So we've got things ongoing in life. You've got your insurances, you've got your licenses, you've got your house financing, your mortgages. All of those have contracts and they have timelines. And why should something as beautiful as a marriage not be looked into closely? So I told my wife there would be a debate today, and she was meant to have her points ready. But guess what? Babe did not show up. So I'm literally having to debate against myself. I'm going to argue against myself, pros and cons, all from the same lips. And when I get home, I'll go home and explain what I've done. And guys, I believe I'm speaking for most of us when I do this, and I believe that if things do go north, that someone somewhere will be speaking or standing up on my behalf. Well, I hope so. That's if I enter hospital, but hopefully not. I believe it's an educational session. So every good thing needs an audit. Even footballers, sportsmen at the prime of their career, you find that they start to request and demand better contracts. They start to scout other clubs, and to be honest, some of them start to misbehave on the pitch until they get these new terms and conditions rechecked. So this is just for them to make their point. So have you got a spouse who is misbehaving? Perhaps it's time to look at the dotted T's and the lines, and look at the things that can be improved upon. Well, you do always have to give room from wear and tear, the natural breakdown process which most of us suffer as we age, so and that has to be accommodated. But if you've got one who loves to get down every night, and the next contract may mean higher premiums, you might be liable to pay more. And the same goes for the man or the woman who is avoiding intimacy, doesn't like PDAs, or always gets on the other person's nerves. Well, next contract you might be requesting a subsidized or a refund, really. So these are the things that can be improved. This is the point, the power of reappraisals. So if you're a Bible-believing person, you already know about Adam and Eve, you know about the plan that God had for them, and then the same God who knows the end from the beginning is gone ahead to create a serpent, and then he's let them all stay in the garden, and at the point when they listened to the serpent, as the story goes, and they were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Now, in other words, God reviewed the contract, the original contract that he had with man, and this was midway into the tenureship. And if God, who knows all of this, could reassess and reappraise, talk about us. You've got a landlord who's got a mortgage coming, you've got a student who's got an exam coming, you're a professional, you've got your annual appraisals. These are things that prepare you, give you that nudge you need to launch into the next phase. So something as important, as life-changing as marriage should undergo 2-yearly, 3-yearly, 5-yearly revalidation processes. Now, the closer I get to the end of my argument, I'm starting to panic about what will happen if my gracious, lovely wife starts to think I'm thinking about this seriously. Babe, this is YouTube, and our content will be great, so please do. What do you think about this 5-year plan? Do you think you're in a position to request or discuss this with your spouse? And what does your spouse think? If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I will implore you to please do click on the subscribe button by the corner. Do leave a comment, like, share, and I will be seeing you shortly. Thank you. Bye.